when the sun is like pointing at your face. So in other words, when my shadow, is it behind me? Yes, it's behind me, you just can't see it in the camera. When your shadow is behind you, that's good. That's when it looks the best. Hold on. There's a big dog. Can we get it? Camera, do you see him? Yeah, there he is. What would I do if that dog actually got out of the fence? Do you ever wonder about that? You ever wonder, like, do you ever think about what you're gonna do if a dog actually, like, a big old dog, say a big old dog just busts through the fence and like just starts coming at you? Do you think you could take it? I wonder if I could take a dog. This is what happens when you take a left out of my neighborhood rather than taking a right out of my neighborhood. You end up on this more peaceful path. Just crosses neighborhoods and things like that. I don't know. I don't know where we're going today yet. We'll find out. I've just been shedding everything lately. I used to have like a 3-hour, sometimes 3-hour commute every single day. I would drive to and from work. And it was annoying. At some point, maybe it's my age, maybe it's who knows what it is, but at some point you look at your life and you start to reflect on where you're at on this, if it's a game, you start to reflect on, what level you've actually made it to. My point is that the more space you have, the more shit you're gonna put in your space. And the more shit you put in your space, nothing wrong with having shit in your space, but the thing is that you've got to actually use that shit. Otherwise, get rid of it. Like I said, I'm in the process of shedding everything in my life. That's what I've been going through this past year, is I'm just shedding absolutely everything I've had. It's exciting. It's exciting to wonder, where life is going to take you when you just kind of like, put everything you've got into a blender and hitting the button and wait to see what happens. I gotta remember to do a little footage looking in front of me from my perspective rather than selfishly focused on my face. Here it is. It's just a sidewalk. Just look how that's put together. Someone came and planted all these kind of grassy things and then some bigger trees behind it, and I don't know. Yeah, it's plants, but it doesn't grow in nature like that. Somebody actually had to come out and design this. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that human effort. I appreciate that somebody took the time to learn the skill of, just choosing cool plants and understanding how to mix the colors together and understanding, how to just place everything together so it looks nice. I don't know. Weird rant, but this is where the sidewalk ends. That's where I came from. That's where I'm going. As I've been shedding things out of my life, as I've been getting rid of all of the different things that I feel like are just weighing me down, the one thing I have been doing is, you need things in this world. Of course, it's great to have things. But take care of those things and make sure those things are of quality. And make sure the people that are creating those things for you are people that you want to support. Everything looks so nice. Ooh, got us a little path over here. Let's go down this path. They didn't have to build this kind of thing, but they did, And they were hoping that the community would just enjoy walking down this path. Loving every minute of it. I don't think I've ever passed an actual person on one of these. I want to encourage people to get out there and take advantage. I'm actually pointing at myself. Yeah, we're still walking down this path here. And take advantage of just anything. that you have available to you that you just probably don't even think about. Little paths in your neighborhood. Walk to different neighborhoods like I do and check out their paths. Why not, right? Someone put some effort into creating this kind of stuff, into making this a nice experience. Look at this. I just planted one of these in my front yard, and unfortunately I hit this flower with my hose and I busted it off before it bloomed into a beautiful red flower like that. Now the last time I was in this neighborhood, I went this way. So this time, I'm actually going to go this way. The most beautiful things in the world are things that you can look at and it just sort of relaxes your eyes, in my opinion anyways, where you can just look at something and you don't necessarily have to focus in on one thing. Everything sort of blends together, but it also stands separate. Where when you look, it just relaxes your eyes and you just kind of want to mosey on forward. We're definitely coming to the end. There's the neighborhood again. So I'll be out of here soon, but I think I got a lot of batteries, so we'll find us something else fun to do. Maybe we'll go through the woods a little bit. I do enjoy walking through the woods as much as I enjoy these little like cleaned up beautiful trails. I enjoy walking through the woods too, so we'll see where we end up. I might end this here and continue on to part 2. We'll see. Back on the road. On the road again. Except I'm walking by the road again. I swear the reason that I actually wanted to come into this neighborhood today is because I was excited. I feel like the last time I was in here, I just heard wind chimes everywhere. I guess there's not a lot of wind. The trees aren't really moving at all. I feel it a little bit. Maybe I'm just not. I was hoping to hear a lot of wind chimes. I love wind chimes. So beautiful. I even hear water running. I think I'm going to sneak up just to try and I want to hear where the water's coming from. It's really pretty. Wow. Just had a conversation with a woman about how the thermostats in our house, how the temperature was starting to feel a little bit uncomfortable because the weather was changing outside, and where you have it set in your house is starting to feel a little cold these days. I love having these like ridiculous, weird conversations with people. I think what we're gonna do is we've got the main road here and we've got this road. I think we're gonna cross over into this neighborhood. People that keep this place looking good. Sometimes I wonder if I'd want to be one of the hardworking people that keeps this place looking good, but I want to do it for like a couple days. But then I want to not have to do it all day, every day, you know what I'm saying? These pretty purple flowers. I'm trying to really actually take in this area because I'm not going to be here much longer, and I know that. I want to build those memories so I remember it. And I'm going to be honest. We got Linville Falls street coming up here. There's actually a Linville Falls a few hours from here in the mountains. Where I live in North Carolina, I'm very close to, I can be in the mountains in like 2 hours, like straight up real Rocky Mountains. Or not Rocky Mountains. Smoky Mountains is what we call them down here. They're not quite as aggressive as the Rocky Mountains, but they're cool. And there's a place called Linville Falls down there. It's really nice. It's got some waterfalls and things like that. There's also a place called Linville Caverns there, which is like this like cavern, like this cave that you can go into. And it's like wild. It's wild that you can, man, kind of makes me want to go back there. Plants right here. I think they call them like Japanese pencil somethings. I just got one of those and put it in my front yard. Okay, I think we're almost at the nature trail. I think it's right down this path. Let's see what happens when we come up. We can see it a little bit better. One of the main reasons I want to get to the nature trail is so I can dip into the woods and take a whiz. I finished my whole cup of water. Yeah. I think the last time I posted my first ever walking with Ryan video, I think I lost subscribers from that. I don't know. I just feel like doing random stuff on my channel. I feel like just rather than always sticking to one path, I feel like I just want to explore and do different things and find out what I really want to do. And if I lose, look at this little path entrance here. I don't think I've ever gotten in here. We'll see. If I lose all of you from it, well, I guess that was where our journey ended. All right, I need to find a spot to take a whiz. I think in that tree right there looks pretty good. This is the face you make when you got your wiener out. You don't want anybody to walk down the path and see it. Success. We've ventured off the trail. We've accomplished our mission. And now we're back to it. A squirrel jumping. Little creek. Just imagine all the things down there. Let's go down here and check it out. Imagine all of the things that call this place home. Right here. I mean, you can't see any of it, but I see little lizards and frogs and all sorts of stuff just jumping away. Sometimes I'll see a turtle basking on a thing. Do you ever wonder, though? So a turtle, for example, that lives in this creek. A turtle that lives in this creek is you're probably completely unaware of what's going on a mile away where I live. And, this is, to it, its entire universe. What would it be like if, maybe that's how we are. We think we're contained to this planet Earth. But maybe we just don't see what's right beyond it. I look at these little bugs, and I look at just everything that calls this place home. And how they don't even realize that just right up there, they've probably never even been up there. Maybe their lizardy little legs can't even carry them up this hill. Or maybe they're just too scared to go up this hill because they're afraid of what they might find up here. And yeah, sure, it's a little bit of the same. It might actually be a little bit worse because you don't have your little water and your hiding spots and all that. But you never know what you might find when you venture beyond, when you decide to take the trek and move forward. I guess worst case scenario, you don't make it. And I don't know. I came here this time, so I'll see you again the next time, I guess. We're almost at the end of the trail, which is unfortunate. But we can probably dip into the woods up here and do a little bit. If I want to go into the woods, I have to just do it at some point here. Let me see if we can. I wish there was a place I could fill my water up. That's what I really want. I need one of them camelbacks or something I can put on my back. Oh, here's a nice trail. This will lead right into the... I think when humans can find a beautiful balance with nature is when we get the most beautiful things in life. But sometimes it's nice just to come out to raw, pure nature. The only thing I don't like about raw, pure nature is all of the spider webs that get all over you. mean, just got to be doing. You just kind of pull them off you, and it's gross. See though, we trek forward. It is worth it. It is beautiful. It's serene. I feel like nature is sort of the building blocks of life. And by observing nature, we can kind of see where it's almost like the paint that an artist used to create a beautiful painting. The creek. Still covered in spider webs, unfortunately. How do I make it over this creek? I'll try and hold out far and see. Obviously I can't see when I'm filming here. Alright. Success. The last time I was in these woods, I'm not even kidding you, there was a little kid, probably, I don't know, 8, 9 years old, and he was following me, but at a distance, so, you know, a ways back, but I would turn, and I would kind of see him like standing there scooting around doing the trees and stuff. And at one point, let me put my cup between my legs for this one. At one point I stopped and I looked and I said, "Hello, forest dweller." And we had an interesting conversation. He waved, but he didn't say anything. But I'll never forget the forest dweller. And every time I'm in these woods, I wonder if he's watching me. And he's just gotten a little better at disguising himself. Having little nature trails around your neighborhoods and little places you can walk and experience nature, even though you live in a concrete jungle, is important because it educates people that this is also out there and that this is something that they can just go and experience for free. Look at this cool thing I found up here. You can see it. It's a house. It's a little fort in the woods. There it is. It's the old fort in the woods. Old swing. Alright. There we go. You know. This little swing in the woods. Why not? I was never a flip-flop kind of guy. I just didn't enjoy having my toes exposed, I guess. But I'm crawling through some thorns here. Going through the briar patch. But for some reason, when I got these flip-flops, it gave me this a light bulb moment. It turned on the idea of, I don't know, a different kind of comfort to me. I always wonder when I walk through the spider webs, is the spider like hanging down by my pants? Ah, it's a big snake. Let me see if I can find it. I saw it. It's a big black one. Let's see if I can find it. Where are you? I hear you. Some nice little mushrooms. I hear the snake crawling over there somewhere. Damn. The thing's probably been sitting out here just enjoying its day. And then what do you know? A freaking giant. It's probably the first time this thing's ever seen a human. And a giant comes walking by. And probably shit its little snaky britches. We got no trespassing signs over there. So, whoever enjoys hanging out in this little chair doesn't want you trespassing on his property. Ah, look at this. It's a turtle. It's a little turtle I've discovered. I'll call you Walter. Walter is your name. Little turtle we discovered. I think I talked about at the beginning of this video how I'm going to get a pond with turtles in it. It's always been one of my dreams. I'm going to make that happen. Mark my words. Stick with me. I don't know when it'll be, but I'll be building a pond and there'll be turtles in it. One thing I do want to point out is that I've seen not one, soul, not one sign of life. Besides the snake and the turtle, I haven't seen one human out here. And I talk all the time how we don't take advantage of these things. But in a way, it's a little bit of a conundrum, because part of the beauty about being out here is that there is no one around. So I don't really know if I want to encourage everybody to come out here. In a way, I want to be selfish and just kind of keep these little beautiful secrets of our surroundings to myself. But you know, I'm trying not to be a selfish person. Let's put it that way. Some more little mushrooms hanging out. I'm gonna do this walking thing. I need to study up a little bit more on all the different mushrooms, because I'd like to eat some of these things as I'm walking. It might be cool to become a forager. Have a little snack while you're out here with your walk. Get a little perspective of where I'm at. Can't really see much. Can't really see the houses beside. To be honest with you, I've probably walked a little bit too far. Is that a mushroom? Some sort of mold or something? I don't know. I can see myself being the guy that could say, hey, I'll tell you what that is. And if it's edible, take a little bite. I don't know. Kind of looks like a poo ball. I probably wouldn't want to eat a poo ball. But, you know. On we go. See that? It's the kind of little webs you constantly run through out in the woods. It's the only downside of nature walks. It seems we found the creek. So let's try and jump over this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I guess this did turn into a bit of a getting lost in the woods video. I think I did find the way out though. You can see behind me. At least I'm gonna try to make it out this way. Some chickens hanging out. Oh, here we go. Look, we've made it. A way out. Freedom. I'm wandering down a big driveway. We're back in civilization. A little cul-de-sac. That's where I came out. Look at this. Nice flowers. Look at that. Beautiful, right? It ain't easy to get plants to grow like that, you know? You saw? We were just in nature. It was us humans that made that bred these beautiful, colorful flowers. This person I feel for a little bit. I can imagine what it feels like to have just all that junk in the background, you know? Maybe that's just because I've been going through shedding all of my belongings. The flag flying at half mast. Not quite sure why the flag is at half mast right now. I gotta say that I appreciate the idea of flying the flag at half mast out of respect. I really actually enjoy. I think it's a beautiful thing that we do, but I will say it from a regular, just my perspective, I feel like the flag is always at half mast. Maybe we should start thinking a little bit less about flags and a little bit more about just the fact that we're all human and we're all sharing this giant rock. We're almost back where we started. If I'd have continued down that first trail, the way that we entered into the woods, I'd have come out right there. We'll just pop in and see this little creek up here because I like it. Just a nice little creek. Whoa. On the road again. I'd say I can't wait to be on the road again. But I'm on the road again. This is kind of a fun little rock quarry. Imagine if you were an ant or a lizard or something, and this was your perspective. And that climbing these rocks almost seemed like climbing to the moon. So you never left. What would that be like? I bet those little creatures that live in there don't even realize, that a giant like me just lives right next door. Maybe I'm just think I'm a giant. Maybe they think they're giants. Maybe there's giants that live right next door to me and I don't even realize it. You ever think about that? Sometimes when I walk by an animal, I try to communicate with it. I'm not going to claim that I actually do communicate with animals, but if you try to clear your mind and you actually just sort of like listen to what might just pop into your mind. When you cross a turtle's path or a bird or something like that. Maybe I'm just going delusional, but every once in a while I feel like they tell me things. Yeah, let's go through the bamboo forest. Sometimes I think about maybe my life purpose is to walk around with a trash bag collecting all this stuff. Don't throw things just on the ground like that. I don't think I can cut through the bamboo forest, guys. Let's see, okay, this is someone's yard. I don't know if I can make it through here. Yeah, I'm gonna head back. We'll just break right through here. We're almost home. This is my fence here. Alright, like I said, I'm shedding my property. I'm shedding my home. I'm letting go of all of my belongings, so I want to make sure that I have a good shot of where I used to live on the records. And then I've come to realize that there's always a way out. All you have to do is make it happen. So I made it happen. It was nice knowing you. It's nice knowing you. And now I'm gonna crawl back inside of you and relax, because I ain't gone yet. Oops, I can't get in.